Take it on, bro. I don't hear myself. Come on. Huh? Okay. Yeah. I lose wings all the time, why would I wanna flush? Money down the toilet for something so inglorious. When I got a diamond mine, I shine through my stories, bruh. My status come from aura.
You are now listening to The Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
Hello.
What's happening? What's up? What's going on? It's The Shaw Report, and I am your host, Damian Banks. Shaw Bears alum and fans rejoice. You're listening to the official podcast of Shaw University Athletics, The Shaw Report, where week in, week out, I give you the rundown and the recap of everything going on inside of the athletic department at your Shaw University. Back for another week. Been away for quite some time. Feels like been away forever, really. Been a couple of weeks since we've been on the airwaves due to unforeseen circumstances, but I'm back. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for supporting the podcast. As always, you can find the podcast on shawbears.com. Anything you want to know about Shaw University Athletics is on shawbears.com. Scheduling, rosters, anything related to athletics at Shaw University is on shawbears.com. Also, this podcast can be found on iTunes. Search The Shaw Report. Also, you can go to my website, banksboy.com, or you can go to spreaker.com/sports by Damian. Again, you are listening to The Shaw Report, the official podcast of Shaw University Athletics. Winding down this season, man. Big things happening on and off the courts and the fields of play for Shaw University. Shaw also had their annual athletics banquet a couple of weeks ago. I was in attendance, gracious enough to be invited by Mistress of Ceremony and your Assistant Athletic Director of Media Relations, Jolisa Williams. Also in attendance was Dr. James Kirkley, who performed the welcome and occasion. Also gracing their presence at the head table was Director of Athletics, Dr. Alfonso L. Carter, and the President of the University, Dr. Paulette Dillard. Also, Dr. Kirkley was at the head of the table. Great time, great night, a lot of awards given out, a lot of players and coaches being recognized. For pictures on that and for who won those awards, go to shawbears.com. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last episode of the podcast for this semester. We're getting down to the end of second semester. Spring semester sports is graduation week. Congratulations to all of the graduating seniors, not only who play sports, but regular students as well. Man, this is a huge accomplishment for you, a huge accomplishment for your family, for your coaches, for everyone who played a part in helping you graduate, helping you get to this point. Thank those people, man. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. To all the athletes at Shaw University, if you're going on to play professionally, congratulations. If not, focus on getting a career. Focus on building up that career and just be the best person and the best Shaw U alumnus that you can be. But I digress. We are here to talk about sports again. Told you this is going to be the last episode of the Shaw Report until football season comes back around in the fall. On this podcast, we're going to give you recaps of all the sports throughout the whole entire year. So bear with me. We're going to run down women's volleyball, women's cross country, women's basketball, women's tennis, softball, and bowling. On the men's side of things, we're going to recap the football season that was men's basketball, men's cross country, men's tennis, women's soccer, and men's soccer. But before we do all that, we got to pay some bills. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, but if you do, come right back. You're listening to The Shaw Report on shawbears.com. Hey, Shaw Bears fans, refresh your game day with the new and improved real Coca-Cola taste of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar with 0 calories and 0 sugar. It's college sports' newest tradition. Grab an ice cold Coca-Cola Zero Sugar and taste the feeling. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of Shaw University Athletics.
You are now listening to The Shaw Report with Damian Banks.
What's happening? Welcome back to The Shaw Report, the official podcast of Shaw University Athletics. I am your host, Damian Banks. Shameless plug. Do me a favor. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damian. That's SportsByDaimeon. And Shaw University Athletics are on social media. On Twitter, it's at Shaw Bears. On Instagram, it's at SU_Bears. On Facebook.com/SU Bears. And on Snapchat, Shaw U Athletics. Follow us across all social media platforms. And we thank you kindly, but we digress. We're going to recap all of the sports on this last episode of the season for the Shaw Report. Going to start with women's volleyball. You know what time it is. You know what we do. They just win championships with women's volleyball. Head coach Christina Coleman. The Lady Bears claimed its second CIAA championship in the last 4 years this past season, knocking off Virginia State in the CIAA championship game, going to the NCAA tournament for the second time in program history. Congratulations to those ladies. Did big things in volleyball this season. Congratulations to Kavisha Watley, named CIAA Offensive Player of the Year. Kelly Murphy, named CIAA Defensive Player of the Year. And Michelle Omida-Gonzalez was selected as the CIAA Setter of the Year. Also, Soraya Klink joined Watley, Murphy, Omida-Gonzalez on the All-CIAA first team, while Topanga Moten and Carla Sosa were second-team All-CIAA selections. Shaw had a 23-1 record, 17-2 in the CIAA, and 10-2 in the Southern Division, winning that Southern Division crown, as well as the CIAA championship. So shouts out to head coach Christina Coleman and the volleyball squad. Give those ladies a round of applause. Next up, we have women's cross country. Head coach Franz Kwame Smith. Shaw finished up the season 9th in the CIAA cross country championship. Solid season for the ladies in cross country, was an improvement from a year ago. A star from that team, Katie Ann Went. Her 5K time of 21:10.1 was 12th overall, and she was also a All-CIAA selection in women's cross country. Congratulations to Katie Ann and the women's cross country team on a solid campaign. Next up, we got women's basketball. Head coach Jock Curtis. Tough season for the Lady Bears on the hardwood. Finished the season at 7-22 overall, 2-16 in the CIAA, falling to Elizabeth City State in the opening round of the CIAA tournament. Tanaya Sweat was a highlight of that squad, candidate for the CIAA Lowe's Senior Award. Also, Macy King was CIAA Newcomer of the Week 3 times this season for Shaw University women's basketball. Again, tough season for head coach Jock Curtis and the Lady Bears, but the Lady Bears basketball program is not that far removed from huge success. Won a national championship, so I know it can be done, and I know that head coach Jock Curtis can get that job done once again. Congratulations to those ladies. Tough season, but I know they'll come back strong next year. Next up, we have softball. The Lady Bears concluded their season 3-21 overall, 3-15 in CIAA play. Tough season for head coach Christina Coleman and the Lady Bears softball squad. This season was highlighted, though, by Shaw's first season sweep over Livingstone. Also, the Lady Bears were in the hunt to make the CIAA tournament, lost a couple games late in the season, which prohibited them from making the CIAA tournament. But again, much improvement on the softball squad. They're going to be looking to have an even better campaign next year. So congratulations to head coach Christina Coleman and the softball squad on a hard-fought season. Next up, we got bowling. Head coach Joe Williams. The Shaw Bears bowling squad finished their season off 24-34 overall. Multiple top 3 finishes during the regular season. Also featured a 7th place finish in the CIAA Southern Division. Also a strong showing in the 2019 CIAA Championship for the bowling squad. Congratulations to head coach Joe Williams and the bowling squad for a successful 2018-2019 season. Women's soccer, head coach Matthew Brown, in a historical second season as an independent in the NCAA Division II. The Lady Bears finished 12-4 overall, had a 6-game winning streak, Much success for the women's soccer program. Fantastic freshman Jassa Curry ranked second in Division II in goals scored and points per game. She was a first team NCCSIA All-State selection and second team All-Atlantic Region selection. Shaw ended their 2008 season on a 2-game winning streak and also posted a 4-0 record at home. Record-setting season for head coach Matthew Brown. We also have women's tennis. Head coach Sunday Enitan, the Lady Bears, making another strong run at this season. Currently, they are awaiting an NCAA tournament bid. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, your women's tennis team at Shaw University has just captured another CIAA Championship crown in Bowie, Maryland this past weekend. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on the Shaw Bears scoreboard. Moving on to the fellas, to the men's soccer, head coach Matthew Brown had a successful season, marketed improvement from last year. The men finished 7-8-1 overall, 3-1 at home, while ending their 2018 season on a 2-game winning streak. Tile Woke earned first team All-Atlantic Region and first team All-NCCSIA. So congratulations to the men's soccer program and head coach Matthew Brown. Moving on to men's tennis, head coach Sunday Enitan. They wrapped up their 2019 season 5-10 overall. 2 more matches won this year than they won last year, so an improvement for the men's tennis program. The Bears season was highlighted by a 3-match win streak. Congratulations to head coach Sunday Enitan and the men's tennis team building a juggernaut in Raleigh. Next up, we have men's cross country. Head coach Franz Kwame Smith. The Bears placed 8th in the CIAA Cross Country Championships, led by Mike Legat, who had a 3rd place overall finish. Mike Legat was also an All-CIAA selection in men's cross country. Also, Toratich Kiplagat was a All-CIAA selection in men's cross country as well. Congrats to head coach Franz Kwame Smith and the men's cross country program at Shaw University. Next, we have men's basketball and head coach Joe Hopkins. The Bears wrapped up their season CIAA runner-up, losing in the CIAA championship game to Virginia State. Unfortunately for the Bears, they couldn't bring home that title, but they did bring home yet another Southern Division title, finishing out the regular season 17-13 overall and 10-8 in the CIAA, 9-3 in the Southern Division to claim its 3rd consecutive Southern Division crown. The story for the men's basketball program, Amir Hinton. He was the CIAA Player of the Year, named to the All-Tournament team in the CIAA, also the CIAA Player of the Week recipient numerous times, Division II Bulletin Player of the Year, National Association of Basketball Coaches, First Team All-American, Division II Conference Commissioner Associations All-American, Atlantic Region First Team All-American, NABC All-American. Mr. Amir Hinton had himself a season. He averaged well over 30 points for most of the season, ended up averaging around 29 points, but he declared for the NBA draft. Much success and good luck to Amir Hinton as he pursues his National Basketball Association dreams. I hope and I pray that that young man gets drafted. If he doesn't, he has a great opportunity to play overseas, but I think he will be playing on someone's NBA team in the near future. And lastly, on the men's side of things, we're going to end with football. Head coach Adrian Jones, for the first time in 5 years, the Bears program finished the season 5-5 overall, 4-2 in CIAA play, and a 2nd place finish in the CIAA Southern Division with a 4-1 record. The Bears had an impressive season, still trying to build that program back up to its CIAA championship status. Head coach Adrian Jones and his Bears staff is doing an outstanding job, led by defensive CIAA Player of the Year, linebacker Devin Hunt. Also, Hunt was a first-team CIAA player, followed by Cavante Moses at tight end and Keanu Gonzalez at offensive lineman. Also, all CIAA recognition went to wide receiver Marquise Gorham and Daniel Bender, as well as Jaleel Scroggins, who were honorable mention CIAA players, as well as Shaw had 2 rookies on the all-rookie team, offensive lineman Tyrese Bobbitt and Mark Shannon. Congratulations to the football program and congratulations to all of the athletic programs at Shaw University. Big things going on in the athletic department, but I've said a mouthful. Let's take a